Welcome everybody back to the channel. It is the most earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never media show money-taking, the man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying YouTuber in YouTube entertainment today, Mr. General Zod. Today's been an interesting day, folks. Today has been an interesting day. And look, this is my impromptu stream. I don't know how many people I'm going to have here. I don't know how many comments I will have or who will be watching this because I just kind of decided to do it off of coming off of work. I had a long, hard day, and yeah, this stream was kind of a sudden thing. But I'm going to do this because anyone who will replay this, anyone who will be watching this, I'm going to try to keep this under an hour. But I felt like I needed to go on. I felt like I needed to go on, and I needed to talk to all of you folks because of just a bunch of bullshit that I've seen floating around here. And here's the thing. On late night talks, I have covered cancel culture with my good buddy Pop Culture PB, Cybernetic Huskies, Stevie J Reviews, and of course the ever elusive Perp Minded. But today is something personal. Today is something personal for me. This is a personal sort of media that I've been hit. Now, if you've been here in the fandom zone, you know that I don't have a lot of time. The Last of Us 2 was one of the first games that I've played since I haven't had a console. So uh, it's been a really long time since I sat down and played a game. So, I'm not even upset about The Last of Us 2. It is what it is. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I do a lot of mobile gaming, and I know before everyone goes, yeah, mobile gaming isn't real gaming, blah, blah, blah. Look, the fact of the matter is, I am always on the move, I'm always on the go, and it's just convenient for me. I know about the microtransactions and things like that, all right? Um, but I do some mobile gaming, and if you've been on my channel, you know the crew has always joked with me how I've spent so much money in a game in particular, and that is Marvel Strike Force. I'm a huge Marvel fan. I'm also a huge DC fan. I've got both respective titles, both that are similar. But today, I have decided to quit the game. And why have I quit the game? Well, there's a story that I was just made aware of. And if you're not part of the mobile gaming community or you don't follow Strikeforce, you wouldn't know much about it. But there's some people that I've followed that have helped me, and these YouTubers have actually talked to me in the comments when I've left them. They've been pretty pretty nice people, and so when I was first getting started, they had given me some tips to building out my crew and things like that. I'm not going to bore you because this isn't a gaming stream. I'm not describing the game, but I want to give you guys some context. So, uh, I've I've had these various people that I've talked to throughout 2 years of playing this game, and one of the people is a YouTuber named Casino, and recently they had a live stream, and it was a live stream that was celebrating the anniversary we have. It's called Unity, but it's basically for Pride Month. You guys all know what that is. And on the stream, he had set up some context for some jokes explaining about how he has a lot of friends within the LGBTQ XYZ community and all of that stuff, and that they talk to each other and use different terms that are considered slurs, I guess you would say, against each other, and that how people put an emphasis on certain words and actually give words uh, more power than they should have. And I thought that this was a very good point. He had a disclaimer and read some text that he had. Well, this set off a chain of events, and Fox Next, which this particular YouTuber has worked closely with, um, he's been one of their biggest supporters, even when they've done terrible things in the game. Like, I mean, some really poor choices. And this is a person who has talked with various people from Next and stuff like that. And yeah, they have a program called the Envoy program where you get to beta test certain characters and things like that before they come out, pull them from the program. Uh, he got a lot of hate and a lot of negative feedback. Okay. And I went to the live stream and I got the context. And yes, to be fair, the way some of the stuff was presented was on that line. But on the other side of this, I got the intention and what he was trying to point out while saying these things. But this goes to a greater concern. What up, Thomas Conley? I am talking about why I am upset. I have currently quit Marvel Strike Force, and I'm going through the current condition of video games. So, welcome, buddy. I appreciate you. Um, this is more cathartic for me because I've been mad all day, and I just got a vent. And hopefully, everyone who rewatches this or maybe pops in and out, don't know, will get some context out of this. But uh, Casino has been doing content for Marvel Strike Force for a while now. And because of some comments that were made in a joking fashion, now he has had his endorsements pulled from him, uh, his uh, his ad revenue, I guess you'd say. And yeah, he's been berated in the chat by a bunch of people. Now, I like you to keep in mind, certain people did not seem to take offense to this. I guess what else also didn't help was his apology wasn't really an apology. And I'm of the camp of why? Why should you apologize? What is it today with the culture? Why is it when you say a joke or when you point something out, everybody needs to apologize for this? This is ridiculous. This is on a whole nother level that I cannot or probably will not ever understand. Now, look, tasteless jokes aside, and I guess on Pride Month, here's the irony of the whole thing. Thought there's supposed to be pride, right? Why are people so offended? I'll tell you why. Because everybody wants to live in this little bubble, in this little happy, unicorn filled world where they don't want to think that anything is said that's hurtful and mean. Everyone should be nice. This right here, folks, I'm going to tell you right now, this, folks, is becoming what the 19th century had, which was the Salem witch trials. It was one complaint from someone who was on the stream, right? And then all these other idiots complaining afterwards, right? And now you have multiple idiots rounded and corralled up and forming this big group. And why? Why can't we talk about these things? Why can't people talk about the biases and things that exist? Why? I mean, people want to erase history like this shit doesn't happen. Okay? And the gaming community, if you've ever been around a friend or you've gamed yourself, there are certain points where you get pissed off and you'll say something at your TV in the comfort of your home. Hell, when you're streaming, you might say something. So what? I'm not supposed to say what's on my mind because someone who's pissed off at me in the chat will go and try to cancel me? Fox Next, this is shameful, and this is so disgusting that you would hang out someone who has supported your company just for the sake that one person's feelings in a live stream was hurt because of a topic they were talking about. And I'm doing air quotes right now during Pride Month because we need a whole fucking month, right? Now everybody's up in arms. And it took one person. I'm telling you guys right now, this is the equivalent, and mark my words, because this shit is true. This is the equivalent of the Salem witch trials right now. Right now, Anybody here, if you are a YouTuber, if you are someone who has a big channel, I dare you, say something. Now you can have these fucking ignorant pieces of shit who can go on your channel and just say, oh my God, he said something offensive. I'm going to flag him, and then I'm going to tell my buddies, and then we're going to get him canceled. This is the culture we're living in. You can't even bring up stereotypes that are used on a day where you're trying to bring awareness, when you're trying to help out a community because someone within that community gets pissed off. It's not like he was calling this person that name. He was pointing out something that was said. But yeah, here we are. And this is a YouTuber. This isn't someone who's a big actor or actress, or this is an everyday guy. They pulled ad revenue for and berated him. I've even gone through and looked at the comments, and some of them are fucking stupid. And because now with the way things are, we've gotten to a point where no one can even talk about any of this stuff. You can't even broach it. You can't say anything remotely close to touching any of these topics about sexual orientation, about race, fucking joke about anything, because God forbid you hurt one sensitive little person's feelings, then all of a sudden people are calling you a bigot, a racist, misogynist, and we need to cancel them and their fucking channel and hunt down their family and friends. And it should be like the movie The Fucking Hunt, and just put them in a field and fucking hunt them down because they're so evil. When did we lose the ability to talk? And I see that there's one person watching, but if there's more in the chat, go ahead, feel free to leave comments and after this video or during this stream, because I really want to know. I want to know exactly what point in history it was when someone became a little bitch and they decided that tattletelling was the best way. Because think about it, folks. What are the tools of tattletelling in this 20th century? Flagging someone, reporting them, getting them banned. And I mean, I'm not a big channel. I don't give a shit. Someone can sit here and call and get my channel banned. I don't fucking care. I don't got 1K subs or anything like that. But this person has like 29K. Okay? They got ad revenue. They make content for the viewer. And as far as I can tell, because I've been following them for a while, they've been on both sides of the argument. They defended a character that everyone thought was put in just for a political statement. They defended that. And now, a couple of months later, with a new character where they make some off-colored jokes, now all of a sudden they're the devil because we're in 2020. Because you can't go on stream on your fucking channel with your fucking fans and have a real deal talk or have some fun, you know, ripping and roasting on people. You can't do that anymore. I remember before the days of doing this gaming online and all of this stuff, just having 2 controllers and going over to a buddy's house and you talk shit. And some of that, I can tell you right now, was not PC. It was not, politically correct. It was with your buddies and it was off-colored and it was in your home, sure. But now we're across the world. So now I have to tiptoe with what I have to say. I can't do a stream or I can't cut a video or say anything because even if I bring it up, even if I say, oh, you know what, this level is gay. Oh my God, you don't care about the gay community. How dare you? And during Pride Month, oh, you villain. It's fucking ridiculous. There is a difference that I think people are missing here. There is a difference between the context of what you say, how you say it, and how you deliver it, okay? And I don't even think these people really give a fuck about the context of what's being said or how it's being used. Because if they did, then we wouldn't have all of these flags and all these videos pulled and all of these people bitching and whining and moaning and complaining. We wouldn't have it. We wouldn't have people, comedians, afraid to tell a joke at a comedy club because they're afraid that one person in the audience is going to take it offensive and their whole career is over with. We wouldn't have actors and actresses who don't believe the bullshit they're saying on television, but they feel the need that they have to say it because, God forbid, they go against the grain, then they're going to be out of a job. I've had this is one of my favorite mediums. And now I really see that no fandom is safe. Truly, no fandom is safe. You can't find escapism in books. You can't find escapism in comic books. You can't find it in watching a show. You can't find it in watching a movie. You can't not find it in playing a fucking video game. And that's not even an everyday audience. That's a niche audience. You're not going to see grandma sitting on the couch playing a fucking Xbox game. Are you kidding me? So why do these people feel to lean towards this way? Why, if someone pisses you off with something they say, instead of, just clicking off the YouTube channel and going to another person, you decide you're going to flag them or you're going to turn them in? It's nonsense. It's nonsense. And it's just like Neil Druckman from The Last of Us 2 flagging every video. This is ridiculous. I mean, first off, I understand the copyright laws. I understand it's their property. They can flag whatever the fuck they want to. That's not the argument. But the fact of the matter is that I've played the game. I've played it through. I know how it ends. I actually played that thing for a good 20 hours. Okay. And I don't even have that kind of time. Now, do I believe that it is a 1? No. Okay. I wouldn't even put it in a 5, but I put it in a 6 or a 7 because it's an average game with a very thin average story. But here's what takes it to the whole new level, okay? This is what pisses people off, is the fact that the creators knew about the stuff that they were putting in. He knew what the reaction would be. And look, here's the quick fix. There could have been better story, but there wasn't. He pulled the Hollywood thing in the gaming world and decided that he was more brilliant than the people that are the consumers that are going to buy the game. And Fox Next and all these other companies are doing the same exact thing. But here's the difference, though. Here's the difference. Video game market is not the same as the movie market, okay? Theaters and movies and television shows, they can get away with this bullshit because they have normal viewers, okay? The normal people save them every time. Look at Captain Marvel. You know that movie did well because of normal people. They saw Captain Marvel. They saw a cat. They took people to see it for some strange reason. Some people liked it a lot, okay? But it was the normal moviegoers. This is the video game world, okay? You're not going to have moms and dads just picking up whatever. And especially with The Last of Us being in that rated M thing. It's like an R-rated movie. So you're already catering to a niche crowd. And what you want to do is pull videos and attack fans or treat us like we're stupid with your dumb fucking statements during an interview. And, this guy sounds like, let me think, what's his name? Oh yeah, Ryan Johnson. That's what this guy sounds like, Neil Druckman. Like, he's so creative and so brilliant, and you know what? We are all assholes and we don't get his brilliant genius thinking. Well, I thought when I killed the most beloved character, people would just understand. They just forgive me because, it's not like they waited 7 years and paid $60 for my game. That's the biggest thing. Look, this game was average at best. Good graphics. I like some of the mechanics, whatever. Taking that out, though, what do you have when you remove the graphics and when you remove the gameplay? You have story. And this shit is universal, just like it is in the movies and televisions, right? What is a constant? It's the story that you're telling. And look, the thing that's mind boggling about this whole thing is that it's a quick fix. I mean, honestly, I've heard so many YouTubers talking about this, and it makes complete sense to me. Haven't played it. I mean, honestly, you swap a couple of things around and you have a completely different game. But these people don't care about that. And this shit with a fellow YouTuber being having their endorsements pulled by Foxnet for a fucking mobile game. You guys should be even happy that someone is endorsing a mobile game. Because let's be real, most people, I mean, they jokingly tell me, but they're probably serious that, mobile gaming isn't real gaming. Whatever. I don't have time to invest in a game like Last of Us just for it to lead absolutely fucking nowhere. Okay. Don't think I'm not mad about that, because the first time I spent 20 hours on something is like the worst possible game to spend my life on. Okay. But here's the thing, you have someone who endorsed your product, who talked it up, who defended it, and then you go and you turn their back on. And this is the thing that pissed me off today that I had to get on stream and talk about, is the fact of these companies. They don't care, because as quick as they're there to give you ad revenue and to say, oh, this guy is sporting our stuff on the channel, and if you want to see new content, go over there, and they're giving you the viewers, right? They're just as quick to turn around and take that shit away. And this is the exact reason why you see some of the people talk the way that they do. Okay. Because these companies make you toe and make you walk that thin line when really you don't believe in what you're saying. And that's the worst fate. You know what? I don't give a fuck how much ad revenue I would get. I will never sell out my beliefs and my views just to make a buck, because honestly, I couldn't live with the thought it would make me physically sick that I don't believe a damn thing that I'm saying. That to me is a fate worse. Okay. The day I don't bring you guys the truth and the real deal about how I feel about something. Okay. And if I don't agree with the popular opinion, I'll be the first one to say I don't agree with the popular opinion. Just like I don't believe The Last of Us deserves a 1 rating or a 2 or even a 3. Okay. It's got to be rated higher, but I don't believe it's a 10. You know, IGN. Let's talk about IGN, because I've hated those pricks for a while now. Okay. Since Game of Thrones. I don't know why a gaming company gets to review a show, but I digress. Anyways, let's talk about IGN for a second. 10 out of 10. These people are going to sit here and tell me that game, they're going to seriously critique and tell me that game is the most brilliant. 7 years, that's a brilliant masterpiece. That game is better. Just think about that. Think about the number 10 out of 10 when reviewing a game, right? That means it is perfect across the board. There's no issues story-wise. There's no issues graphically. There's no issues gameplay. It is perfect. I honestly think the critics have forgotten what the numbers mean. I really do. Like, I've joked around and given some things, maybe a lower rating or a higher rating. And I've admitted I have my own personal bias towards this thing, but I do make a disclaimer and say, look, it is higher, but me personally, I don't like it. Okay. But these people know they are trying to sell you and other people through their publication that people will read that this is a perfect game. That's what they're, and this is the biggest thing that pisses me off about this whole Last of Us 2 situation. You know what? Neil Druckman is a fucking idiot, and we all knew that there was an idiot behind these statements and everything that was happening. Okay? That was not the biggest surprise for me. I knew this guy was going to come up and say something stupid. They always do. This is nothing new. I knew that Naughty Dog would be running and endorsing this shit. It's nothing new. I won't buy any of their other products. But what I didn't expect, and I should have, was how much the mainstream was going to jump into the video game world. Fucking Forbes, are you kidding me? Who the fuck at Forbes plays video games is what I want to know. Aren't you busy kissing Elite's ass? But no, they see this game, this little brave, stunningly bold game that's being picked on by all of us mean internet people and gamers who sit in mom's basement and we're trolls and we're sitting here review bombing. Which, by the way, that review bombing thing's a fucking myth because there's not enough people in the world or in a particular fandom to even sway the numbers that fucking far off. But anyways, but if we're review bombing, let me tell you what they're doing. They are beefing up, they are putting steroids onto their reviews because if you can look me in the eyes with a straight face and tell me that this game is perfect, you are a liar. Even my favorite games, I wouldn't put as a perfect. For a game to be perfect, I would have to say it would have had to start something new within the genre, okay? And even then, I'd have to compare it and be like, how does it still hold up till today? There's a lot of factors. But no, we throw around eight, nines, and tens like they're going out of style, like it has no meaning. Publications have no meaning anymore. The days of going over and looking and reading reviews is dead. It's dead. I'd say it died about 2015, maybe sooner. Journalism, reviewing digitally shows, any of these big channels, it's dead. The fair impartialness is dead and buried, and it is sad. And the biggest thing that pisses me off about this, because I did my passionate Last of Us review, is that this game screws over the person towards the very end of it. Okay? And it robs you of your experience. All right. I'm not going to go into spoilers. You guys can check out my Last of Us 2 review. But the point of the matter is the most meaningful and important part, why you play a video game, is just awful. That last part, the thing, when you get to the ending, the thing that is supposed to give you satisfaction and make you feel like you have spent your time well, you are robbed of by an arrogant asshole who thinks that they know better than the people playing their product. That is the problem with this whole entire thing. Sum it up. We are robbed as a player of an experience. That's the biggest tragedy. And what got my blood boiling and got me to do this impromptu stream and start ranting is because now I have dropped money into this company, Fox Next, and for them to come out and do the whole, they're going to throw a YouTuber who represented them under the bus because he made a comment on his fucking live stream that was off-colored or considered racially insensitive, which I never knew the LGBTQ AFG community was consider a race. I always thought that was just a classification, but yeah, whatever. Anyways, is disgusting. It's disgusting that all of these companies and corporations feel the need to bend over and let the rest of the public ram it up there because they don't have the balls to say enough is enough and to back the people who are supporting their product. Well, guess what? When you do that, the people don't want to support your product. I've dropped hundreds of dollars, and you know what? I uninstalled the game today. I'm done. I took my account off. I'm done. I will not anymore. I will not support any company who can back canceling people. I can't do it. It's disgusting. This is ridiculous. It's demeaning. It's demoralizing. And it's a fear tactic that companies are using so that no one else can have an opinion or a voice or dislike pleasure in their product. So they stir the pot and they get everyone around them to get upset just so they can, sell their product or make their product seem viable. And it really frustrates me and it really angers me, especially when I back your company and I defend to certain people things like that. And then you turn around and you make me look like an idiot. Because here, you're the type of company, you're the type of corporation who won't stand behind your player base. You're the type of people who will just cut and run and leave your fans and the people who got you to where you're at hanging. And the sad part is this is becoming more commonplace. And it's ridiculous. You know, these companies forget one thing, one very important thing. Besides monetary on what people waste on video games and the gaming experience, they also waste time. And time is a valuable thing. I work 10 hours a day. 9 now, thank God, but during a busy season, 10 hours a day in the heat, in the back of a truck unloading it and driving heavy machinery. And the fact that when I'm exhausted and I'm tired and I've got my other responsibilities to take care of and I get done, the first thing I think of doing is playing your product. You should be fucking honored. Because I am taking valuable time of mine to endorse something of yours. And what up, Perp? Good to see you. Perp, if you haven't been listening, I've quit Marvel Strike Force. The company has attacked a YouTuber and pulled his endorsements because of supposed, and I'm doing air quotes, homophobic slurs he said during Pride Month, which it was a joke. But the company has pulled the endorsements, and I am done supporting cancel culture. I won't do it. This is this is just across the board with gaming in general. All of these people are now coming over to the gaming world and trying to do this, and they want to add a feature here, and they want to include this person and that person and this person's feelings and that person, and it's like the features they add, why do you need them? Oh, I want to be able to give my character the ability to have no sexual orientation. You know what? How does that add to the gaming experience? One way or the other. If you want to put it in your game, that's fine. But people are spearheading this as a feature. And what difference does it make if it doesn't affect the game directly? Why do I gotta hear about this shit? What's up, Gary? We are talking about me, and I am salty with the game world today. Gary, I'm salty. I'm salty because in the game world, there's a lot of chicanery happening, a lot of fuckery, and I'm angry. But look, I can deal with the politics, okay? It's 2020. Politics are in everything. And look, I actually am not doing my Penny Dreadful series overview because this bullshit's got me so salty. I felt like this was more important to talk about. But the fact that a company for a game that I actually liked would sit here and treat a YouTuber like that is disgusting. And if I was him, I wouldn't endorse Marvel Strike Force. But by now, these people who do these gaming channels put way more money into it than I do. And I'll tell you right now, I spent a great deal of change in that game. Enough for me to really look at the uninstall button and go, I should play one more. But I'm not going to. I'm not going to, folks. I'm not going to back a game. I'm not going to back a company. I don't give a shit how much money I've put into it. I will not endorse you if you are going to be part of the cancel culture crowd. I won't do it because I don't believe in it, and I think it's fucking stupid. I think it's a bunch of big babies who have sensitive feelings, so they can't handle the truth, they can't handle criticism, they can't handle joking around about any subject that's sensitive. So they're like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna flag your video. Oh my god, I'm gonna tell Twitter advisor or admin. Oh my god, I'm gonna leave you a nasty comment because clearly leaving a nasty comment, I'm gonna give a shit." This has got to stop. And you know what, Perp? This has nothing to do with mobile gaming, you son of a bitch. No, this is about a bigger issue, but that is a good point, Perp. The point is that it is a mobile game, and they should be glad that they've had their fan base extended, but they're not. And this just leads into The Last of Us 2 because it's the same thing. This guy is like the Ryan Johnson of video gaming. I've never seen it before. Like, I don't understand how you could be so blatantly ignorant to exactly how people would react to that. Because I've watched the review and look, like I said, the biggest thing that pisses me off about the game is not what the stupid creator is going to say about the game because they're just going to say whatever. Okay. But it's the feeling I get when I get to the ending and I don't feel satisfied and I feel like the story is fucking stupid and that I've wasted 20 hours of my life I'll never get back. That's the feeling I can't stand. And it's not because the game doesn't have potential. And it's the same, you can go movies too, but I think the biggest thing that irritates me about a situation is when something does have potential and it's wasted and squandered because just a few poor choices were made that are easily corrected. And had you have spun it just slightly different, you have a whole different experience. Will people still be salty? Sure. At that case, I would have said, hey, get over it. This was a good story, but it wasn't. But yet you have your IGNs and your game radars and your game spots, and I guess fucking Forbes who will come out and tell you this is like the second coming of Christ. This game is the greatest experience ever. This is the greatest thing that's ever been. I think you've got to recheck your grading system because what I played and what you played must be two separate things. Maybe you have the Snyder Cut version of Last of Us 2. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's a different experience. Maybe it's the Joel cut because the game I played was fucking stupid. And I mean stupid in the sense that the ending leads to nothing. Essentially, some characters lead to nothing, which makes me feel like the whole thing was pointless. I think that's the point that people aren't getting about this whole, oh, the fans are so angry. They're always so angry. Yes, we're angry. I'm tired of people getting, uh, canceled or getting backlashed or losing subscribers or things like that because they can't state their opinion. I'm tired of my things getting marginalized because I'm running out of things to do because every company that comes out and every person that comes out and every director that comes out and every fucking actor and actress has to open their big fucking mouth instead of do what their job is. And now they're limiting my enjoyment of products. It's mind numbingly frustrating. And the fact that these companies have to come after YouTubers? Why? Are we really that powerful? I guess then I've picked the right thing to do. I guess if I want to do world domination, this is the place to do it because these people act like we wield all the power in the world. I'm almost to 400, not quite there. I doubt I am affecting anything. Take the biggest channel on YouTube. Maybe if you have PewDiePie numbers, you might be making a dent somewhere. But on the whole, I just think they don't realize that people aren't as fucking stupid as you think they are. That people don't want to play a 20-hour game to realize that you've invested your time in fucking nothing. So I got the Strike Force thing out of the way, and I got the stupid fucking Neil Druckman out of the way. Let's talk about sales because, you know, here's the thing that I was saying last week, and I said this with DB, and this is more relevant than movie sales. And I'm going to tell you guys why. I'm going to tell you guys why this is more relevant than, say, DVD sales and stuff like that, and why those numbers can be argued as opposed to this. Because video games are a niche market. The numbers are more accurate, they're more concise. Okay? You can't necessarily predict how many units will be sold per se. All right? But when you have a drop off, there's no way to spin that. The numbers are clear cut. They can't be manipulated. The facts are the facts. The data is the data. There's no talking around it going, well, it's just because it came out Christmas week or whatever. No. Your game dropped because people started hearing about how fucking sucky it is, or maybe they had a friend come over and the friend called and goes, man, when you get to the end of this game, it's not good. You know what? Just play my copy. Don't worry about buying your own. You're dealing with a market where people return games to get newer ones. The tricks don't work the same. And I don't know why game designers and creators want to follow in this same exact model. I mean, you've been in the field. You know that video games are not the same as everything else. The market, who you reach, the way the numbers work, none of these are the same as television or something else. You can't manipulate things like those can be. So an 80% drop. And what do I think about this? Good. And you know, the irony, though, is that during the holiday seasons or during when you have big celebrations or whatever, the game sales should be up. And I'm not just talking about game sales like, GameStop where they can go, well, Corona, so no. Digital download too. That's a medium. There's money there. Those numbers count. No one will fucking digital download an 80% dip. That's huge in 2 weeks. If a movie did that, they would be pulling it out very quickly. And look, I'm not going to say because the game was on I'm not going to go the route that, oh, because it was on a feminist agenda. No, I understand on some level what was going on. I won't say there isn't heavy politics played in it because there is, but I'm not going to say that's a sole motivating. Actually, it's just bad writing. It's bad, terrible story writing. Because honestly, you can do the game exactly the same way, just play out certain events differently, and you have a far better, far more compelling story. No, it's structurally. And here's the kicker: people waited 7 years. You waited 7 years. How the fuck is your story not polished? And I'll tell you why. It's hubris. It's because these creators, these companies, these people, these marketers, all these people think that they can just give us anything and we're going to take it. And clearly, with an 80% drop in sales, people are saying they won't. I would urge, I would plead, I would almost fucking say if you like money, if you want things to be good, then I would be very careful and hesitant about what you buy. Because this propaganda bullshit is going to continue. And a game might start off good, it might win you over, and once they got you, then the bullshit starts. And you know what? All at once, we got to tell these people to kindly take these products, turn that son of a bitch sideways, and stick it straight up their ass. Otherwise, they're going to keep force feeding us this half-ass, garbage-ass bullshit, recycling the same plots and themes and threads and mechanics over and over and over again. And they're going to pay their GameSpots and their IGNs and their fucking whatever other magazine to say it's the most groundbreaking thing ever, thinking that they can lure these younger generation into buying it. And you know what? I feel bad for them because a gamer is a gamer. It doesn't matter what fucking age you are. And if you play games and if you enjoy them, there's a certain instinct you have. And your instinct is going to be pissed if you spend $60 fucking dollars or more on a system, a game, whatever the case may be, and you invest the time and then you get gypped. Or even if you've been supporting a game, such as my situation, and then you find out that the company is a bunch of lying fucking pieces of shit. That they don't have the people who made them money, they don't have their back. They have their back when they have their green, but that's about it. And look, I'm not talking this is the most loyal business in the world. At the end of the day, it's about making money. Cool, do your hustle. You know what? You jack up your prices, that's fine. I'm the idiot who will pay for it. That is cool because I will pay for it because I enjoy doing it. But there has to be a certain feeling of loyalty and respect and camaraderie between you and whoever the company is, even if it's not real. At least fucking pretend you have my best interest, that you care about me because you care about the fact that I'm endorsing your product. Don't come out and go, well, people didn't understand where I was going with this. And, I really knew I was going to piss people off, but, fuck it. I did it anyways because they already fucking pre-ordered and I already got their $60 and they already brought their fucking systems. It's rude, it's disrespectful, and even hearing that interview made my blood boil more because it's so callous and it's just so nonchalant. Gamers, you should be offended. Don't let this bullshit go into gaming. There's a difference between movie theaters, comic books, and stuff like that. Comic book industry. Why do you think comic books are selling or are suffering? It's a niche market, like collectibles or anything else. And people don't want to buy your shit if you are not producing this stupid BS that's been being made for years now. And gamers, you have that same kind of power. The market is a niche market. It is a certain crowd. There is only a certain crowd that can afford to get a game or who can get a game on their own. So don't waste your time and your money and your energy on these people who don't want to do the same for you. Show these companies that you are worth something. I'm telling you right now, I'm walking away. I've spent hundreds of dollars on this mobile game. I know it's ridiculous, might need help, that's cool. It's what I like to do. But you know what? I'm walking away from it. I'm done because I don't care how much I've put into it. Yeah, it hurts monetary, whatever. I make decent money. That the money isn't the issue for me though. It's the fact of I can't, in good conscience, tell people that I believe in something, and then I turn around and support a company that is doing the exact opposite of what pisses me off when I have my late night talks. That would make me a hypocrite, kind of like the Neil Druckmans of the world, or the IGNs, or the rest of these people. Yeah, you care about someone making LGBTQ, HYZ jokes and things like that. You care so much about that because I've never seen you release anything. Oh, that's right. You did release stuff for the month, but you had to pay for it. So clearly you care enough if you're getting the money for it. So don't tell me you're taking some kind of moral high ground. That's a bunch of bullshit. It's ridiculous. It's absurd, and I'm not going to support anyone, no matter how much I like something, who is okay with this. Just canceling people in general, I'm starting to realize is just terrible. It's just terrible across the board. Even if it's a Jimmy Kimmel or something like that, it's still just it, it's just an excuse now for people to do these witch hunts and to find people and to just attack them for no fucking apparent reason and to destroy people's livelihoods. They're fucking putting these people on a pile of wood, just like the Salem witches, and they're fucking throwing their torches in there and watching it burn. But anyways, I'm done with I'm done with Naughty Dog. I'm done with their company. I won't endorse anything else. I'm done with this Last of Us 2 because I've done it in 2 videos. I'm done with Fox Next. I'm done with Marvel Strike Force. I've uninstalled the game. I've gotten rid of my accounts. I'm done. I'm done with any company who is going to profit off of the cancel culture. If that's how you make your money, cool. If you got a bunch of little bots and dumb fucking idiots who will sit there and gang up and attack on people, you go. But I won't support you doing that. I won't support the teaming and getting rid of people because you don't like what they have to say. You know what? Here's the funny idea. Just don't listen. Don't listen. That's an easy solution. It's easy. People don't like what I'm saying. They don't gotta listen. You don't gotta tell on them. You don't gotta flag their fucking video, get their channel pulled, and things like that. Or you know what? If you really want to be a man or a woman or whatever, why don't you just fucking address them during the conversation? There's a funny idea. Get your point across. Most people, most of these YouTubers, they're normal people. They will answer you. But anyways, this was just me ranting. It's an impromptu stream. I appreciate you guys joining me. I just had to get that out there because if anyone watches this, comes across this video, anyone who subscribed to me and they listen to this, look, um, I just implore you guys, before you buy something, really, you just start looking into the people behind this because we've got to stop endorsing these people who are going to foster this idea that it's okay to tattletale, it's okay to cancel people, it's okay to say mean things, but only if it's you're the one saying it. It's getting ridiculous. It's getting unethical, and people really got to stop the nonsense. Anyways, I'm fucking frustrated. I'm tired, and it's hot as shit over here. So I'm gonna end this like this. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the real people who sit here and listen to my channel. Thank you for anyone who feels the same way and might comment about this. Hopefully, I've reached someone and I made you guys aware. And go check out Valley Flying's channel. He talks about the situation with Casino. Go check out Casino's channel. Go see what he said for yourself. You be the judge of whether or not it warranted them pulling sponsorships and people saying horrendous things in the comment section. I'll let you guys be the judge, but as for me, fuck them. I'm done. I'm out. I'm not going to spend any more money. You all have a good day. And remember the only rule here in the fandom zone, kneel before General Zod.